Welcome to the North Sports Network. I'm your host, Evan, and this is the football segment in our weekend sports recap. Today we will be talking about all the news that happened in this week in football, and there was a lot as the fourth week of the year just came up to a wrap, and we're going to be talking about the five biggest things that happened this weekend. Probably the biggest things that are on people's minds, including or especially New England Patriots fans, was the return of Tom Brady. Brady, after around 20 years of playing for the Patriots, won them six championships, and was probably the best QB in the league, and is obviously now the GOAT. He was still the GOAT going into Tampa Bay, but now he's a Buccaneer, and he came back to New England only a few yards away from breaking the most passing yardage in NFL history, and that's what happened. In the first quarter, Brady connected with receiver Mike Evans for his 28-yard reception in the first quarter to set the record for the most passing yards in NFL history, breaking the previous mark set by quarterback Drew Brees of the New Orleans Saints, who recently retired. The 44-year-old Brady is now on the top of the board with 80,359 passing yards in total. And to add another thing to it, Brady has also become the fourth quarterback with a win against all 32 NFL teams. That's amazing, man. Because he played his first game against New England ever, because obviously he was a Patriot for a while. And it's big seeing him back in the Patriots uniform. It's cool seeing what they did. They gave him that video. And it's weird seeing him playing against a team that he played for so long. But it's cool seeing that he broke that record, and that's really big for him and big on his career, as he also got the Buccaneers a win, winning 19-17, and giving the Buccaneers their third win of the season to make them 3-1. And the Patriots have the opposite record with 1-3, as Brady connected for 269 yards, no touchdowns, but had 22-34 record on how he did, and the Buccaneers were a better team in the game, but had less passing yards with 261 in total. And that was our first thing, big thing that happened this weekend. And it was huge for Brady, like I said before. Another big thing from the same team is that Rob Gronkowski is out arguably for longer than this week, as he suffered a chest injury that cracked open or broke his ribs, a few of them actually, and that's not good. They said Tampa Bay Buccaneers tight end Rob Gronkowski could miss many weeks with his fractured ribs, as that's not good because Gronkowski is a huge piece for this team right now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he suffered it in the Los Angeles Rams as he returned in the game, but after their x-rays came back negative, as he can't play. There's not much to say about that. He wanted to make his anticipated start against the New England Patriots, but couldn't because he has his injury. That could be big on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but it's looking like he'll be coming back maybe next week or weeks after. I think this week it didn't matter again because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did win, but I feel like Gronkowski could have maybe added some more yards to Brady's resume on the day, but it's okay. I think he's probably going to be fine coming into next week. A big thing, though, is how the the Raiders are now 4-0. Actually, they are playing right now as I'm speaking. Sorry about that, because I'm recording this video at the moment, and well, you can't really predict you know what I'm saying. I'm recording it at the time that they're playing, so I can't really say anything. It's delayed right now too, with the Chargers. And the Raiders are 3-1 on the season though, as they have beat some big teams, including my favorite Ravens. And it's looking like they could be a good team. Derek Carr has been one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, as they have a pretty easy schedule after this Chargers game, as they see the Bears, the Broncos, Eagles, and then Giants. And the Chargers are going to be a bit of a push for them, as they have not seen that good competition except for the Ravens, because the Dolphins are not good. They're 2-1 on the year, and Derek Carr went off with 26 completed yards out of his 60, or completed passes out of his 63 attempts, and his 383 passing yards. They also barely beat them though, and they only beat them by 3 points. That's big. I don't know. I personally don't think that the Raiders are going to be a big contender going into the next few weeks, as a lot of people are saying, oh, they might be like the 2020 Steelers if they win these next few games. Well, look what happened to them. They lost in the first round of the playoffs, and I think that's one of the things that's very Raider-like. Personally, I don't see the Raiders doing much. Derek Carr has been a big thing for them this year, and he has been really good, looking like what he was a while ago. But I just don't see the Raiders doing much. On offense, it's very good, right? Their defense is good, not the best, but their offense is like Carr, and then a lot of holes in that. Their defense kind of is better. It's hard to explain. They're a pretty well-rounded team, right? And what he has helped with this team is big. We just can't predict it with only 3 games in the year. One more thing, though, is Jimmy Garoppolo, who is out at halftime with an injury, but it has a chance to play on Sunday, which is big. Trey Lance also got to play in a highly anticipated game, as he pulled through, but could not give the 49ers the win, as Trey Lance had 157 yards with a 9-18 completion, and 2 touchdowns though, which is pretty cool. Jimmy Garoppolo was at 14-23. Garoppolo is not the best. They had chances of getting Tom Brady, but it didn't go through, as they are kind of stuck with Garoppolo, and I might be injured for a bit, which gives Trey Lance, who's a rookie, some time, which is kind of big. But I feel like, obviously, the 49ers would rather Jimmy Garoppolo if they want to win some games. And it's looking like Trey Lance is going to develop in these situations. He's not bad. Lance is like their middle of the pack kind of middle of the pack kind of quarterback that can give them some yards, and he's a big touchdown quarterback, and as he develops, it will be a lot different story. I think he has a really high ceiling on where he can get, and hopefully we could see Garoppolo back. That'll be a big thing for the Niners, because he's obviously better than Lance. But until then, you can see Trey Lance playing for a bit and getting some minutes if Garoppolo stays out. And then Zach Wilson also gets to play for the New York Jets, making a start. As in his first 3 starts, he was terrible. That's really how you can explain it, as he just wasn't good. But they beat the Titans in overtime, as Randy Bullock misses a field goal that would have tied the game and gives Zach Wilson his first win in the NFL this year. Zach Wilson wasn't the best by no means, but was pretty good. He had 21 and 34 for his completions, went 297 yards, which is pretty good. It had an interception, but had 2 touchdowns. And his receivers really backed him up, as while Michael Carter had 38 yards and 1 touchdown on the day, and Corey Davis was as a receiver had a touchdown and 111 yards with 4 catches on the day. And Jamison Crowder had 61 yards on 7 catches. And that's good. Carr was pretty good for his rookie QB. He was very highly touted to start the year and finished pretty good as he had a passer rating of 97.3 as he took a lot of outlet passes and tried to get those big 54-yard shots, as it was a pretty big roller coaster game. And in the third quarter, well, that's where he kind of started to kick it up. And yeah, it wasn't a perfect day for Wilson, who tossed his 8th interception of the season. But it's okay, because if you look at Peyton Manning, who also had a big interception total when he was a rookie, look at where he is now. It's all good for him. That will do it for our NFL Weekend Sports Recap. If you liked it, drop a like. Watch our other videos, including baseball and basketball recaps. Have an amazing day. See you next week.